So,
And Jeff, you recently had traveled to Ethiopia. Now you've been to Ethiopia, I believe it's twice over the past year and a half, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
This year and a half, I've been, twice,
Okay.
extensively. One was for 1 month back in the summer, and the other was 6 weeks, and that was a long ass trip. So yeah,
Hmm.
it's traveling around, seeing what's going on.
Do you mind sharing with us what you experienced firsthand? Because I mean, if anybody is following the situation in Ethiopia, Jeff Pearce, like an objective source on the ground, like literally with the people. So if you want to have an objective source, Jeff Pearce is your guy.
Well, that's very generous. I don't know if I call myself objective because I do have a position, but I would even be forthright and say I'm partisan. But the thing is, the facts are what they are. And this time around, we went to, I went with Jamal Countess, the photojournalist, and we went to Lalibela. We went to uh, um, the Afar region. We went to Desi and Kombolcha. And we started, with dark humor, referring to it as the destruction tour, because it was just horrendous. We were eager to get to Lalibela because, of course, the TPLF had occupied the area, and of course, everybody's mind was on the churches. We're going, okay, what state are the churches in? And so, of course, now we know it doesn't look like any overt, obvious damage was done to the churches, but what keeps getting forgotten, and even I saw a federal official say this, said, oh, there was no damage to the churches. Yes and no. The thing is, the TPLF put their artillery next to the things. Now, the Lalibela churches are made out of volcanic rock.
Hmm.
It's soft sculpted rock. So the
Hmm.
thing is, you cannot put artillery there, which goes boom, 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 and shells away and causes vibrations and sound booms, without possibly doing potential damage to the structural integrity of these complexes, which are thousands of years old. So the priests at the time said, yeah, please get some scientists here and UNESCO experts to tell us whether these things are still okay. And to the best of my knowledge, I don't know if that has been done yet, but that gets overlooked. The other takeaway from that visit is the fact that the TPLF, as a bunch of psychopathic terrorists, don't even believe their own damn propaganda, because of course they will wreck everything else. They destroyed other churches. They've destroyed. We went to a monastery along the way, and their artillery had fired up this place and damaged it.
Hmm.
But they didn't dare desecrate Lalibela, and in fact, they at one point the soldiers, the sneaky, cowardly bastards, wanted to hide within the church complexes and said, "Can we like stay in here?" And the priest said, "Yeah, but you got to put away your guns," and they wouldn't. And so they said, well, you can't stay in here. And what amazes me is they backed down and did it. Like they could have, what's to stop them from like pushing a priest aside and going, we're going to stay in it. But they didn't. Even they understood the power. And I am an atheist. I don't believe in God. I don't believe in Christianity. But the thing is, I do believe in the cultural power of something. And it just speaks volumes that these idiots couldn't even follow their own propaganda. Go, okay, we're going to go in here, because ultimately, they knew the power of Ethiopia wins out. And then, of course, we went to the Afar region, where it was just horrendous, because we went. I've reported on this in video, and Jamal has posted this in pictures, where we went to Darsagita, where they won't wreck, say, something like Lalibela, but they have no qualms about desecrating a mosque and destroying holy books and Korans and so forth, and laying waste to the place. And I could go on like that. I mean, in Desi, they stole a COVID
Hmm.
lab from Wallow University.
And you saw this firsthand, Jeff, right? This isn't just hearsay. This is you were
Yeah,
on the ground. You saw this. You saw what the people were dealing with. You saw the IDPs, the
yeah,
internally displaced
oh yeah,
peoples.
yeah. And the thing is, I mean, what's really pathetic and disgusting is you have this academic from Belgium, I believe, and he just posted the other day saying sources say that the Fano destroyed the complex and the hospital in Desi, not before the TPLF occupied it. It's radio, so I'm rolling my eyes, But the thing is, as Sine pointed out, what did Fano suddenly move all the equipment to another planet? Why would they? And what's more, we spoke directly to the administrator of the hospital. They carefully documented all this stuff. They know exactly. We spoke to the president of the university. He knows exactly what was taken and who took it. Get out of here with this nonsense that Fano destroyed these things. What's really disturbing, of course, is I've been diagnosed with PTSD. And from seeing all this, part of me flashes back to a field of bodies, not a whole bunch clumped together, but spread out over a field of bodies of TPLF soldiers shot down. They all looked like they were face down, like they had been sniped. I don't think they had been repositioned. And the destruction, where they laid waste to, hospitals, hotels, universities. And I don't know which is more disturbing, seeing dead or seeing damage. Because it gets to you after a while. It really does get to you. We spent a day in Lalibela where we just saw destruction after destruction after destruction. We went to one place which was a TPLF-controlled hotel. They were occupying it. And either artillery or drone strike hit it. Looks exactly like, say, the shelling that you're seeing in Ukraine. And a guy was there who said he knew the owner. He said, yeah, there used to be a couple of Ferengi here. One was white, one was Asian. And they were helping the TPLF, and they were working on these little console things, these little equipment, which looked like they were either working satellite stuff or drone stuff. But nobody would bother to, if you were going to make up a story, no one would come up with that kind of description. Why would you describe an Asian person in the middle? You'd say they're two white guys or something, why would you identify an Asian American? Because they were both allegedly speaking English, and we just look at each other and go, "Okay, game's changed." They're messing around, and who else would be speaking English and helping the TPLF with equipment? There's electronics that could be working something like drones or that stuff or whatever. I wonder who could be helping the TPLF. I wonder. Let me think. Let me use my brain. So yeah, it was a hell of a trip.
What is the morale like on the ground? Because, Jeff, a lot of the diaspora, right? We're passionate about it. I'm passionate about it.
Yeah.
A lot of the folks that are out protesting throughout the United States, throughout the world, throughout Europe, and wherever else. I think what we sometimes lose sight of is how damaging this war has been for the people there. We're not the ones that are feeling the effects of being internally displaced. We're not the ones that are seeing the effects of our mothers and sisters being raped.
No. Well, it's difficult to assess because the thing is, these things evolve month by month. And of course, we have to differentiate between the diaspora morale and the morale within the country itself. For me, it's harder to assess the morale of the country because, of course, I don't speak the language. So I want to be very careful in terms of any statements that I would make. But it's fair to say that Afars, they were getting pummeled, and they're looking at all this going, what the hell, somebody come help us. What the hell are you guys doing? What are you waiting for? Give us weapons, give us aid, give us help. Because these guys